This is a data overview for teachers at Hand in Hand Primary School. I'm Lucy Thompson. Today we want to look at who we are, what our current data is and data for the last 3 years, what we are doing correctly, how we are progressing, and what needs improvement. Hand in Hand kindergarten enrollment for the year 2011-2012 was 371 students. The next year was 404 students, and then this past year was 366 students in kindergarten. Who are hand-in-hand kindergartners? This chart is of percentages of various ethnicities at hand-in-hand for the last 3 school years. As you can see, the main categories are African American and white. In 2011, we had 28% black. In the 2012-13 school year, we had 34%. And then this last school year, we had 35% African Americans. And then white students, 2011, there were 62%. White students, and then the next year 56%, and then this past year 52%. So those are our 2 main categories. Other hand-in-hand subgroups are, we had, over the last 3 years, we had 3% limited English proficient and 3% migrant. And for students with disabilities, we've had 11%, then 12%, then 14%. So that's an upward trend. And then free and reduced meals, that's an upward trend also, from 67% one year to 75% the next year and 78% the next year. Our attendance has been right around 50% students. 50% of students have been missing 5 or fewer days. And then we also have some that miss over 15 days and some that miss 6 to 15 days. So 2011 and 12, we had 7% that missed over 15 days. 2012, 10.1, and then 2013-14, 10% missed over 15 days. So we probably need to look at that. Then we had quite a few that missed 5 or fewer days. In 2011 and 12, 53%, 2012-13, 41%, and then 2013-14, 45%. In pre-K, our main method of gathering evidence about their progress is work sampling. And as you can see, the blue bar is 2013 and the green bar is 2014, and all the green bars are higher than the blue bars. And so as you can see, in every subject area this past year we exceeded the year before, so that's great. What does this mean for pre-K? We increased achievement in every area during the 2013-14 school year by a huge leap, except in math. And we did come up in math also, just not by a huge leap. We will focus on math for pre-K in our school improvement plan. Now for DIBELS 2014, that's the kindergarten main method of assessment. 17% of the students were well below the benchmark, 17% were below benchmark, and then 66% met the benchmark. The GKIDS checklist for the last 3 years, the blue bar is hand in hand and the green bar is the state. As you can see, in 2012, the state scored higher than we did, but that turned around in 2013. We scored higher, and also in 2014. In 2012, the state was higher, and in 2013, we scored higher in math, and in 2014, No, in 2012, the state scored higher, and in 2013 also, but in 2014, hand in hand, pulled slightly ahead of the state average. In approaches to learning, in 2012, the state was scored higher than we did, but in 2013 and 14, hand in hand, scored above the state average. In personal and social development, in 2012, the state scored above us, and in 2013 also, and in 2014, we pulled ahead. What does this mean for kindergarten? On GKids, we surpassed the 2014 state scores in every area. Give your brain a kiss. On hand-in-hand kindergarten sight word fluency, as you can see, in 2013, 57% of the students scored below grade level on reading sight words, and 43% scored on grade level. And in 2014, 46% scored below grade level, and 54% scored on grade level. So that means in 2014, we reversed our sight word fluency scores from 43% on grade level and 57% below grade level in 2013 to 54% on grade level and 46% below grade level. Hand-in-hand GKids, English language arts score trends, 2010 through 2014. As you can see, in 2010, the students scored the highest, and then there was a downward trend in 2011 and 2012, but last year and this past school year, we have started coming back up. So that's good. In math, the same thing. In 2010 and 2011, we were scoring high, and then in 2012, the score started coming down, and in 2013, but this past school year, we were back up on an upward trend. So what needs work? Let's get specific. We need to continue work in English language arts on producing initial medial vowel and final sounds. We had increased from 75% in 2013 to 76% meeting the standard in 2014. We also need to work on reading common high-frequency words by sight. We increased from 50.7% in 2013 to 65.7% meeting the standard in 2014. Also, reading emergent reader text with understanding. We increased from 66.2% in 2013 to 67.3% meeting the standard in 2014. And in math, we need to work on representing a number of objects with a written numeral. We increased from 71.1% in 2013 to 80.9% meeting or exceeding the standard in 2014. We also need to work on telling whether a group is greater than, less than, or equal to another. We decreased from 90.2% in 2013 to 87.5% meeting the standard in 2014. Also, representing addition and subtraction with objects, we increased from 76% in 2013 to 76.3% meeting the standard in 2014. Identifying shapes as 2D, that's flat shapes, or 3D, which is solid shapes like spheres. We decreased from 94.8% in 2013 to 89.6% meeting the standard in 2014. We also need to work on counting to 100 by ones and tens. We increased from 68.1% in 2013 to 74.5% meeting or exceeding the standard in 2014. You've seen our data. Now you know who we are and how we're progressing. What can teachers do differently in order to improve student learning of these standards?